Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Namaste everyone. Welcome to my channel Ashwin's Astrology. Firstly, please excuse me. I have cold and cough because of which my voice is bit strained, and as you can listen to me right now, I'll try my best to present this video with complete clarity. In case if you couldn't understand because of my voice, kindly drop in comment section. I'll try responding as soon as possible. This video is mainly focused on the most awaited event of this millennium, especially to all of us Bharatiyas, that is Bhagwan Shri Ram Mandir Pran Pratishta, which is happening on 22nd January 2024. This is my sincere attempt, which I'm presenting in front of all of you, analyzing this uh, event, which is the most awaited event ever from astrological angle. So I pray and I request all of you to watch this video and provide feedback in comment section. Also, please share the video among your friends and family circle as well. The complete analysis of this event will be done in two sets of videos because this is not just one time event, this is a lifetime moment, and hence I have tried to cover all the aspects of this event, the before, in and after also, of the Ram Janmabhoomi movement. So, firstly, we'll go through the timeline of Shri Ram Janmabhoomi movement in this first video, and in the next second video, I'll analyze the Muhurta of Pran Pratishta from astrological lens. So, if any of you are interested only in Pran Pratishta Muhurta analysis only, then please watch the next video, which is on my YouTube channel Ashwin's Astrology. If you are a first time visitor, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share the video among your friends and family circle. So let's begin with this. Jai Shri Ram. We all Bharatiyas are aware of who is Bhagwan Shri Ram. So if any non-native Indian or non-Bharatiya is watching this video, this is a brief introduction about Bhagwan Shri Ram. Bhagwan Shri Ram is the seventh incarnation of Bhagwan Shri Vishnu, and he was born in Ayodhya in Treta Yuga, in has son of Mata Kausalya and Raja Dashrath in a Surya Vamshi Parivar. Raja Dashrath performed Putra Kameshti Yaga, and through that he got four sons from his three wives. Kausalya gave birth to Rama, Kaikeyi gave birth to Bharata, Sumitra gave birth to twin sons Lakshman and Shatrughna. Bhagwan Sri Ram was the eldest among the brothers, and he married Devi Sita from Mithila. Then he was the father of Love and Kush. He had a bhakt by name Hanuman, and this whole story of Ramayana is very interesting and is very valuable also, and gives a lot of life lessons for us. So if you have not gone through Ramayana, kindly do make an attempt to go through Ramayana as well. So coming to the this is the Bhagwan Sri Ram Janma Kundli. So you can see here he was born in Karka Lagna with exalted Jupiter and then exalted Saturn, exalted Mars, exalted Venus, exalted Sun. So there is a bit controversy on this Janma Kundli as well, because couple of astrologers, revered astrologers, says that Sun is not in Aries but in Pisces only. But some believe that there should be five exalted points in Bhagwan Sri Ram because he was Maryada Purushottam and he had five unique qualities which no other men at that time period or ever had. So that's why we have to consider this horoscope. But even with Sun placed in ninth house also has its own significance and has its own explanation. So Bhagwan Sri Ram had five exalted planets, one in the Lagna, and one in fourth house, one in seventh house, and one in 10th house. So all the Kendras. So Kendras are the main pillars of a horoscope, and having exalted planets in all the four houses strengthens the Kundli, and one exalted planet in a trikona, that to highest trikona like ninth house, signifies such great amount of fortune, and also ninth house represents dharma. So he was the epitome of all these qualities. So we can see that in Bhagwan Sri Ram's complete life also, that he had all those qualities which made him the Maryada Purushottam also. So this gives Hamsa Mahapurush Yoga, Shash Mahapurush Yoga, and also Ruchak Mahapurush Yoga. So the highest amount of Panchapurush Mahayoga any person can have is three, and Bhagwan Sri Ram had three of them. Now coming to the main topic of Bhagwan Sri Ram Janmabhoomi movement. Um, Before the 10th century, Bhagwan Sri Ram Janmabhoomi, Ayodhya, had a Bhavya Mandir which was constructed by Raja Vikramaditya in a multi-story mandir, which was 6 to 7 multi-story. And this was not a normal mandir, it was such a beautiful mandir that it caught the evil eyes of barbaric invaders like Babar from Mughals. So Mughal invaders like Babar destroyed this temple in 15th century and had built a mosque which was well known as Babri Masjid. So after Babar destroyed this temple and built a Babri Masjid there, uh, s- since then Bhagwan Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Ayodhya had lost its glory in some or the other way, and the temple was not reconstructed in that site again because there was a masjid there. In 1885, Mahant Raghubir Das filed a petition in Faizabad court, and after independence, slowly awareness about Ayodhya and about Bhagwan Sri Ram started increasing. So after 1947 is when, on an auspicious occasion or on an auspicious day, on December 22nd, 1949, around 11 p.m. in the night, Ram idol appears inside the mosque. So this was the uh, changing moment of the whole uh, Ram Janmabhoomi movement. So from then onwards, Hindus started visiting the place, wanted to worship Bhagwan Sri Ram, and wanted to see the idol as well. So this went on for many years, and a lot of disputes happened between different sets of parties. And finally, on 1st of February 1986, the inner gate of Babri Masjid opened, because till then, till idol appeared, there was just a saying from generations to generation that there seemed to be a mandir, but nobody was sure of it. So only after archaeological excavation, which happened in later in 2000s, is when we were able to get to know that we had a temple which was before the 10th century as well, which I mentioned before. So on February 1st, 1986, the inner gate of Babri Masjid opens, and on 9th of November 1989, Shilanyas, that is laying the foundation stone, will be performed at that place. And at this time, only Hindus were allowed to go here because they wanted to worship Ram idol, and that's why they were allowed. And on 5th of September 1990, the actual Ram Janmabhoomi movement started with the Ratha Yatra from Somnath to Ayodhya. So Somnath is to the west of Ayodhya, that is in Gujarat, where happens to be the Adi Jyotirlinga, Bhagwan Sri Somnath ki. So Somnath is Bhagwan Sri Shiva's Jyotirlinga, the first Jyotirlinga, which was constructed by uh, Chandradev. So the planet moon or the Chandra had constructed Somnath temple where he actually got a new life. So that's a different set of story. So why it was started from there, because even the Somnath Mandir also had suffered the same kind of fate which happened to Ayodhya Ram Mandir. Even Somnath Mandir was destroyed more than 16 times, and every time it was rebuilt, and because it was such a beautiful Jyotirlinga, and that's why it was bit fortunate enough to get rebuilt again and again. But in Ayodhya case, it was not possible, Hence, this Ratha Yatra or the Shri Ram Janmabhoomi movement was started from Somnath, Gujarat, and was carried on till Ayodhya, because Ayodhya is where the place the Mandir was there. And on 6th of December 1992, Babri Masjid was demolished by the Karsevaks, and thus the actual dispute started. So these were the five events which we can say happened before the case came into court. So let's try to analyze this from astrological lens as well. So if I take the December 22nd, 1949, around 11 p.m. in Ayodhya, when the Ram idol appears inside the mosque, you can see it is a Simha Lagna with Shani in the Lagna, very close to Lagna degree as well. And it is having the Jupiter debilitated in the sixth house, who happens to be the eighth lord as well as the fifth lord in sixth house with Moon and Venus. And also, Sun is in the fifth house along with Mercury, and Rahu in the eighth house, Mars and Ketu in the second house. So this signifies the sudden event which did happen and unexpectedly. And also Shani in the Lagna signifies the importance of the event as well. It was not a normal event. So if we look at from astrological angle, so it just represents that even the cosmic uh, surrounding also did help the devotees, Ram Lalla devotees also in this. So this was the time period. This was the Kundli at that time period. Next, coming to February 1st, 1986, when the inner gate of Babri Masjid opened. It was Kumbh Lagna with Jupiter on the Lagna. And here we can see Saturn was in 10th house along with the Mars. So after a lot of fight and lot of struggle, the inner gate of Babri Masjid opened, and that's when Hindus were able to go inside and see the Ram idol and worship Ram idol as well, do aarti for it. So this also we can say, and also Ketu is in the ninth house here in Tula Rashi. So you can, as and when I can show you, have all the planetary position. You can try to analyze. Then coming next to November 9, 1989, the Shilanyas time period. So at that time, they again Shani comes in the Lagna and with Venus in Dhanur Lagna, and Jupiter is watching it. So we can see that Jupiter Saturn combination, because Jupiter is Dharma Karaka and Saturn is Karma Karaka. So we can frequently see that Jupiter Saturn in either 1/7 axis or mutually aspecting each other. And also one more thing is that Rahu Ketu in 2/8 axis, because even they have played a role, because Rahu Ketu are karma executors, and being in 2/8 axis in most of in previous also or in 3/9 axis, so they are indicating that sudden event or something which was done with lot of efforts also. So that also we can observe here. And coming to the Ratha Yatra which was started. So at that time, Jupiter was exalted in Cancer sign, and this was the 12th house. So it just shows that it started from a very long or a very far away place, and it was again a Simha Lagna with Lagnesh Surya in the Lagna, and Saturn was still in Sagittarius at that time. So here, if we can see in previous also, when the Babri Masjid gate opened, it was Saturn in Vrishchik Rashi. And when the first Ram idol appeared, Saturn was in Simha Rashi, which is a royal sign. So Shani, who is the Karma Karaka, being in the Lagna, very close to Lagna degree, did start, or we can say that he supported the event. So in every chart of it, you can see there is some significance or there is some kind of help which Bhagavan Shanidev has done. Next, coming to the planets like Mars, who was in the 10th house, because Mars happens to be the Yoga Karaka for this Simha Lagna, and being in 10th house, he becomes Digbali. So he also signified the success of this Ratha Yatra, because this Ratha Yatra not just became popular, but it also draw a huge crowd also in the support of Bhagwan Shri Ram Mandir. And we can see next is on 6th of December 1992, when the most talked about moment of the century, that is Babri Masjid demolition, happened. So that happened in Vrishchik Lagna all of a sudden, because that's Vrishchik Rashi represents that mysteriousness, and Sun, who happens to be the 10th lord, is in the Lagna along with the 8th lord as well as the 11th lord Mercury. So that 8th house of complete change or sudden events is joined with the 10th house of karma, the lord, that is sun in here, and Rahu Ketu is in 1/7 axis. So this brings that out of box thinking or unexpected moment which happened, and at that time Mars was debilitated and retrograde, and the same time Saturn was in its own house Capricorn. This is not a normal event because nobody expected that Karsevaks will take up this step, and where nobody thought they would be so serious because multiple temples have been destroyed over the foreign invasions, and nobody had the idea of Hindus also will revolt. So this is that one event which took place when Saturn was in the natural 10th house, which is the karma house. And on that day, we can see Moon is in Ashwini Nakshatra, and from Moon, Saturn is in 10th house. So Saturn being in 10th house from Moon was forming that Shash Mahapurush Yoga, and also Saturn was in 20 degree. We always know that as soon as Saturn crosses 20 degree in any sign, will start giving the results of that house, and that's what Saturn did here as well. So since time immemorial, we were waiting for that event, and this was the moment we can see Jupiter aspecting the Saturn, that is Dharma Karaka and Karma Karaka in connection, and also Mars, who is retrograde and uh, debilitated in ninth house. So it represents that there will be some destruction of a place which is most disputed, and it is debilitated also. So this also raises answers, and also this also signifies this amount of um, courage which Karsevaks also displayed to demolish the disputed site. So coming next to the next successive events, that is on 2002 April, the Ayodhya dispute case begins in Allahabad court, which is now Prayagraj, and in March August 2003 the Archaeological Survey of India begins excavating the disputed site. So the 30th of September 2010, Allahabad High Court distributes among three parties, and on May 2011, this Allahabad High Court justice was upheld in Supreme Court, and Supreme Court takes up the case in May 2011. And now the next set of arguments happen, and on 9th of November 2019, a landmark judgment is provided by Supreme Court that the whole place belongs to Bhagwan Shri Ram Lalla, and there needs to be a temple of Bhagwan Shri Ram. And that's how this matter was settled. So, after going through all the archaeological evidences and all the events which were presented over the decades by lawyers, so there were multiple lawyers who presented the case, and on 9th of November, finally, Bhagwan Shri Ram got his birthplace back to him. So on 5th of August 2020, Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi lays foundation stone for construction of this Ram Mandir, and that begins a and from there is what begins a new era. So here also, if we see on the 9th of November 2019, when Supreme Court delivered such a landmark judgment in the Lagna, we can see both Jupiter and Saturn in the Lagna. On the same day or on the same month, few days ago, Jupiter had transited to Dhanur Rashi, and also Ketu was there. Ketu is also an important planet here because he is also into spirituality, and he also signifies the occult sciences. So Jupiter, Ketu, Saturn in the Lagna shows the amount of importance of this event, because Rahu, Ketu are sudden events or something which is very difficult to happen in the world. Whenever it happens, Rahu Ketu will be in Kendra, or will be in the prominent positions, and that's what you can see in this Kundli as well. Both Dharma Karaka, Karma Karaka were joined with Ketu in Dhanur Lagna, and Dhanur Rashi happens to be the natural ninth house, and Jupiter is already there. So This is also very important. And the 10th Lord Mercury is in 11th house. The ninth Lord Sun is debilitated in the 11th house, but is with the 10th Lord. So Dharma Karmadipati Yoga is also happening, and thus it cancels the debilitation of Sun. Also, Venus, who is the 11th Lord, is in 12th house, and Mars, who happens to be the 5th Lord, is in 10th house and attains a Digbali. And Moon is also in the Digbali position here, and Mars is also in Digbali position, being in 10th house. So this shows the victory. This shows such auspicious occasion will happen. And also we can see there is a Gajkesari Yoga as well as Chandramangal Yoga also. So this time period, at the time Supreme Court delivered the landmark judgment itself, is such an auspicious occasion explaining about this event. And when Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi laid foundation stone for construction of the present Shri Ram Mandir, again we can see it was in Tula Lagna with Shani in the fourth house, who happens to be the fourth lord. So having the fourth lord in the fourth house is very good, and eighth house being empty without being expected by anyone, and eighth lord is in the in ninth house along with Rahu, very close, and Jupiter is aspecting it. So both benefic planets are aspecting each other and also protected by Mars, who happens to be in the sixth house. So this is very auspicious time period again. That means if anyone tries to even destroy this again also, there will be warriors who will protect it again. And Sun, who happens to be the 11th lord, is in 10th house, and he is Digbali there along with the ninth and 12th lord Mercury. So this is again Dharma Karma Adhipati, not Dharma Karma Adhipati, but ninth and 11th lord joining in the 10th house. So that's again a very good yoga. So overall, this muhurta of laying foundation stone of a construction of Shri Ram Mandir in 2020 was also very good and very important also. So this was about the complete journey of Ram Janmabhoomi movement till now. In the next video, let's start analyzing the muhurta of Pran Pratishta of Bhagwan Shri Ram Mandir. So thank you. Jai Shri Ram.